Darren, Marcus Maddison to start with, looks an exciting signing.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's 20, been at a big club, Newcastle. Didn't quite work out for him, so went down the ranks a little bit, Gateshead, but he's been doing really well in the last 6 months in particular. We've had an eye on him, and we've watched him and all the rest of it, and seen many videos, and yeah, I think he's going to be an exciting one for us.
Is he trained today? Is he ready to go into the squad for the weekend?
He'll be in the squad. Whether I throw him straight in or not, I'm not too sure. Obviously, he could just come in and start on Thursday. It can be difficult, but we went through all the stuff I go through with the new signings and presented to him where I think he can play in different formations. He understood that quite well. So he trained today and trained very well. He's a promising talent. I always look at what people's strengths are and try and work on their weaknesses. He's got good pace, balance, can play in a number of positions, which really suits us in different formations. So I'm looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, a bit different to Erhan in that he's been playing games, hasn't he, this season in the conference, and has probably got his fitness. But will there be any kind of programme for him to get up to League One level quickly?
Yeah, we'll always put them on a physical programme, and we'll give him the normal tests we do, and then he'll have his own individual programme. He's been doing stuff off his own back, but it could be slightly different to what we do, and yeah, we'll test him out and see how he is, and develop him physically as well as everything else.
I'm sure you're bored of me asking you about Luke James, but I should pose the question again. Where are you with it? Is it still ongoing, or have you finished your interest there?
No, we're no further forward. We've put a bid in, we won't be moving it, and that's where we're at. They've rejected it, and we won't be upping our bid. We've got a valuation we feel is fair. We've put a bid to Hartlepool we feel is more than fair. But of course, as I've said many times, they can reject it if they want, and that's where we're at the moment.
Yeah. Are you prepared for this one to go all the way till sort of close of play on Monday?
Yeah, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We may move to another one, or we may just go with what we've got. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Is it just one more then you'd look for, having got Maddison in the building?
Probably. I don't see many more coming in. I think we're still looking to get one or two out as well. And if we can do that and get a bit more of a balance to the numbers in the squad, I'll be happy. But I've been really pleased with the business we've done. And obviously, it's the end of the window on Monday, and sometimes that's a good thing. It gets it done and dusted. But we've done good business.
And just talking of players going out, I believe Joe Day's moved to Newport for a month.
Yes, it's not an ideal because Bobby's out, and it leaves me with only one goalkeeper. But I had to be fair to the boy in the fact that he's not played hardly any football, and it's a good level, and I think the best thing for him is to get out and get games, even for us to have a really good look at him. We've seen him in bits and pieces but not consistently, and it's important that I do that. I'll see all the games he plays, I'll get the DVDs, and we'll have a look at him from there. So it's a good opportunity for him to get out. It leaves me a little bit bare. I'll probably Saturday have Jimmy Walker on the bench, but then I'll speak to the chairman maybe about getting a young one just to help us out, but it won't be a permanent signing or anything like that. I may go with a kid in the youth team. We'll wait and see. Well,
Jimmy's energy on the bench usually, it looks like he wants to be out there playing.
Jimmy's over the moon. None of the rest of us are. Nah, listen, he'd be fine. I've seen it in other clubs, and it doesn't leave us too bare, and touchwood, Ben's all right.
Yeah, I think he might have done it before actually a few years ago when Paul Jones was first choice. Was that right?
Yeah, I think we have. I think we've done it before. So I think it was Barry Richardson at the time, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah. How are you looking injury-wise? And I think you said that Zakwani was going to be in contention this weekend, and McAvoy, is that the case?
Gabby and McAvoy definitely fit. They've trained all week, so that's good. Gabby's back before we expected, but that's typical Gabby. Kenny just missed out against Bradford. He was quite close actually. Taylor has got a chance. Boswick's 50-50. So they're gradually coming back, which is pleasing.
What was the latest on Mendes Lang's thigh injury?
We're waiting on the results of a scan. He will be out for Saturday. We're waiting on the results, and we'll go from there.
With players coming back, does that give you quite a difficult decision? Because of course everyone acquitted themselves so well at Bradford. I guess you'd be reluctant to change it in the one sense, but also you've got experience and qualities to call upon. I
do, and it is a good problem to have. I thought the team that started and finished, because of course Mendes went off after 8 minutes and Michael came on, Michael Smith, I thought acquitted themselves very, very well. Sometimes when it's live and you're watching the game, in particular against Bradford, and the way they play, it can feel a little bit more uncomfortable. When you watch it back in the video, we were very comfortable actually. I thought we played some really good stuff, defended very well. So yeah, there's the option of going with that team, and there's also the option of I've got Gabby back, as I've said. Kenny, Cozzy will be back. If I feel I can strengthen in a certain area, I'll do it. Because really, you very rarely get 2 games of football that are the same.
Yeah, and in terms of your formation then, will you just wait to see who you've got available and who can play 90 minutes, I guess, before you work out what you're going to do system-wise?
Yeah, I think we have got a couple of different systems we can go into, as opposed to maybe last week where it was probably the 3 at the back. We've still got that. We've got other formations the players know. We've got formations within the team that I can pick that can change quite quickly, which is important. The team that I'm going to pick. So I think that's the key to my starting 11 really, is having the flexibility. But whatever team, whatever way I play, if we get the same application and determination to win a game of football as we did at Bradford, then we'll have a good chance.
Yeah. You mentioned Smith might need just a small operation on his knee. Is that one that's going to happen sort of soon, or are you going to wait for a bit more of a break? How does that one work?
Well, with Michael, he's not been fully fit since the first game of the season really. He's been 70-80%. He's had a couple of injections, and we felt that, before the game on Saturday, I wasn't even going to put him on the bench, but I thought, well, I better do just in case, just as well I did. But he had an injection about 5 days previous to that, and it didn't make it any better initially. But as we got to Saturday, he didn't feel a thing. In fact, he didn't have an injection, so the injection worked from the Monday before, and sometimes it can take longer to get into the body. He's actually pain-free at the moment, so I think you've seen that in his performance. It did free him up. It's still there, but it's a lot better than it was the previous week.
Colchester have had a tough start, haven't they? 1 point from their 4 games so far, but from what I hear from that neck of the woods, they've probably played better than results suggest, actually.
I've watched both the last 2 games. Doncaster at home could have gone either way. Notts County away, they started at one formation and then went to a diamond, and for large periods were excellent. Played really well. They've got some really good footballers. They're slightly different if they do play a diamond to Bradford, who are a bit more straightforward to play against. I think Colchester got more energy and better footballers. Well, I shouldn't say better footballers, I don't think to say, but a bit more energy in there, and play a diamond a bit similar to how we would play, and try and play through the lines. And it's going to be a tough game, this. We're not going to underestimate them. And it reminds me of last season, we went there and we were flying. I think we were going for 7 wins on the bounce, and they beat us 1-0. So it's going to be a tough game, this.
Yeah, I remember that day, and actually sparked a bit of a difficult run for yourselves, didn't it? Young lad Bond came off the bench, I think, to score the winner, and you missed some chances that day. But it just shows, doesn't it, that if you're slightly off it against any team in this division, you may struggle.
No, what I'm looking for is in particular, the 2 away games we've had, a real stubbornness, a real determination, some good football to win a game of football. And if we get that, then we'll have a chance. But anything lower than that, then you're going to lose games in this league, and the players know that. And what I've been pleased about is they've understood all the different ways we've gone about the games and shown a real togetherness. I think you've seen the last 10 minutes, the injury time against Bradford. I think most people watching that would probably think they ain't going to concede, and that's a good thing to have.
Yeah, Colchester have some experience, of course, but they also have quite a bulk of young players. I think 7 that started their last game with 23 or under, so some young, vibrant players coming through. Yeah,
similar to ourselves, young team. They, as a football club, put a lot of effort and time into their youth department. I think the budget for that's bigger than the first team, so it can make it difficult. So Joe's got to use younger players. Added to, they've got experience, Sears and Iberia up front and things like that. Being in midfield. So, like I say, it's going to be a difficult game. I always focus on what we do, and if we make sure we're at it, then we'll give them a hard game.
From your point of view, it must be lovely to go into matches on the back of that kind of performance at Bradford, that togetherness and the away form as well, which of course you're 2 from 2 in League One this season.
Yeah, it's good. We're going along fine. It can change very quickly. We all know that, and no one's getting carried away. We've just got to make sure we maintain what we're doing and maintain that focus. I've got to keep the players on their toes. It was a good win at Bradford and everyone was happy with it, especially with such a young team we had. But we're young, and that's the way we're going to be, and that's how I want us to play. Added to that, we've got some good experience as well. So, no, it'll be a tough game, but we've got to make sure that if we can keep the standards of the last 2 away games and keep a clean sheet, then we've got a chance.
Yeah, and we've talked already, haven't we, about you trying to get players out, and there are some on the list. I just wondered, has there been any interest in players that you're not looking to ship out? Anyone coming for players that you are firmly in your plans here?
No, and if there was, it'd be rejected. No, there's no interest in the ones that that are in our squad, and obviously not on the list or anything. One or two bits about the players that could leave, but nothing concrete. But we've got till Monday. I mean, I'll be honest, I think it's going to be hectic come Monday. I think there's going to be deals getting scrambled left, right and centre. We feel we've done our business. We've bidded for obviously Luke James, and it's gone on, and we're not going to go above the bid we've put in. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Should us and your press team prepare for a late shift on Monday night then?
Sorry?
Should us and your press team prepare for a late shift on Sunday night? Well, Monday night, sorry.
Maybe so. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm pleased with the business we've done about bringing players in. You know, the chairman and I have worked really hard, and Barry's worked hard about getting certain players in the building. You know, the recent ones, Christian and Marcus, we've worked very, very hard on. He's one that fits our profile perfectly. So we've done well on that, and we'll wait and see on the other ones. But I'm happy with the business with them.